Test my love, every single last drop. Won't be satisfied, baby, till you begging me to stop. Oops, there you go, it's that boy again. I mean, that cocky motherfucker, all he do is win. I mean, the empty sense of love, come inside my undercover. Fuck around and put that rubber, don't speak of it like another. Oh my god, that's the ring. These cars on their lane. They say when they hear my voice, it's like promethazine. They fiend when I make them moist, dripping through their veins. So I slurp them up and don't stop until they clean. Shawty getting rough, she cut me, don't give a fuck. Shades of you know precise, she drugged and tied me up. Good thing I'm a savage, so simple, always manage. Flip up the script, leave it pinned out to the mattress. Edgy till I die, these molars call me senpai. Girl, I'm young the race, sucking blood till it runs dry. Staring at those legs, getting tranced by those die highs. Been hypnotized, throwing brawl by those boy eyes. Oh my, it's the king of the icky. Fangirls worldwide saying my voice is sexy. I don't care what you say, I know one thing, shit, they all love you like I do.
And everyone's voice, only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can't go home because I'm afraid something will change. Me without me, I'm the one to blame. I've moved on by my own will. Nothing else I wanted to do. Wasn't hard, but I didn't hate it. I did not even like it. I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had a gray haze for a long time though. I never found out what it was. It's my stress, that's for sure. I never wanted to run away. I was very motivated. Then what is this feeling? Who would I ask? I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had a gray haze for a long time though.
Taylani the Femboy says, yeah.
What it was, tastes like vegetables.
Taylani the Femboy says, silly.
The town inside me, and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can't go home because I'm afraid.
Amika Bria as the nice butterfly says, hello adorable one. I just got done beating the final area in the shadow of the Erd tree. Only the final boss left.
I'm not waiting for a Santa Claus.
Taylani the Femboy says, yo let's go. Ruby Muscaria says, yeah, I'm going to go on Twitter and post the most milquetoast opinion possible while claiming it's something revolutionary.
Unless I just had to do something about it. It's not even a case. I've been patient, but it was bearable. I've had a gray haze for a long time though. I never found out what it was. I hate the alarm clock I chose. The town.
Taylani the Femboy says, ah yes, bats are based in Taylani is beautiful.
I'm not there, just watching from afar. I can't go home because I'm afraid something will change. Me without me, I'm the one to blame.
Ruby Muscaria says, actually I was thinking Europe. Ruby Muscaria says, yeah that's the whole post, thanks fat fingers.
My body is light. Let's paint the gray haze into sky blue. I know who you are. I'm not leaving you again. The town inside me and everyone's voice. Only I'm not there, just watching from
Taylani the
afar.
Femboy says,
There's
yeah.
nowhere to go, that nowhere to go. It's all just food and
Taylani the Femboy says, incredibly based.
without me, I'm the one to blame. The place where I belong. No matter what changes, will no longer change me. No matter what change, will no longer change me. I can feel the light even after the sun goes down.
Ruby Mysterio says, and then I'm going to go outside and walk around my neighborhood saying how about this heat? Taylani the Femboy says, blow it, blow. Taylani the Femboy says, I'm going to make some brats on the new grill tonight and maybe mow my Hexam lawn roll.
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on June.
Taylani the Femboy says, Hexam lawn hunt TTS.
Hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I know, for all I want, sweet and I don't. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I know, for all I want, sweet and I don't. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Ruby Mascaria says, while she was doing a tuber positivity stream.
Lamb! Hi everybody, welcome. I'm here, I've made it. My brain is indeed empty and I don't know what I am doing today. Also, my model seems to be at the wrong scale and I don't know why. I guess that's just the way it works. How are you guys doing today? It's the first day of July. It's the first day of Independence Month.
Architectus says, underscore?
Listen, underscore what? Underscore question mark?
Ruby
I don't know.
Mascaria says,
Happy Stripe Month. Happy Stripe Month. You know, today is the month that we celebrate our independence from England. Yes, like, okay, look, let's not split hairs here. Half of the world has been under the thumb of England at some point, maybe even over half of the world. Not recently. England
Keenan
gave up
Walker
a lot
says,
of what I had, but
it's fucking 107F over here.
it's
I'm bloody
107. What?
miserable.
It's what? Oh, 107 degrees. Holy crap! Holy crap! All right, obviously my chat's not working. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. They removed the ability to have no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh my god, I'm already fucking stuff up. Did that work? Okay, that did work. I don't know what they did with it, but there used to be an ability where I could split the screen and then edit another thing while not having to change the scene. But now I can't figure out how the heck to do that unless they just took the button out. Multi-view, full screen stance, always in time, sort of blah 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 blah. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Okay, I guess we'll just do it this way because my command isn't working. There we go. We'll just pop back in here. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that little romp into my scenes. Okay, this is why I need to just reset everything. And just redo a lot of stuff and take out a lot of the nonsense that I don't need anymore. Because like I love using Sammy, but it is more complicated for my poor little femboy brain anymore. You know what I mean? It's pretty out there in terms of trying to remember everything I've done in the past, like however long I've been using it. What, like a year and a half now? So I go back and I look at some of like the old stuff I wrote in order to get things to work, and I'm like, how did I even do that? It's like it's like Greek. It's like, I don't know, maybe I was smarter like a year ago. I have no idea. I kind of feel like I'm getting dumber anyway.
Ruby Muscaria says, never listen to an ATM. All the spit is nonsense. Architectus says, this
Ruby,
is why you use comments.
This is why you use comments? No, fuck that. I will never ever use comments. I will never ever do the smart thing to make sure I know what I'm doing in the future. Why? Because I'm dumb. Yes, I could use comments and be like, this is why I did this, and this is what this links to, and this is how this works. But I always assume that I am going to be as smart as I was 10 minutes ago, and that I don't need a reminder. Even though the fact is like, you don't remember half the shit you did. Like, you vaguely remember doing something, and you're like, oh, and then you gotta like go through it all and just kind of track everything down and visualize how everything fits together, and then you're like, oh yeah. So it's not that I don't get it eventually. It's that I'll go through something. Like, for example, here's a good example. This stupid little redeem that I have from Twitch right there, that takes some serious work. That genuinely takes some serious work. And I'm not a programmer by any means, so there's probably really efficient ways to do it. But I do things specifically. So like, what that does is that switches to a special scene specifically for that, which zooms in on my head and then puts me in the green screen with Anya, and then does its thing. However, since I have multiple scenes I can be in, it has to take it from whatever scene I'm in so that it's consistent, right? Because I don't want to be like
Ruby
in my
Mysteria
game
says,
scene.
I love Tailani Head.
Yeah, Tailani Head's good, yeah. I don't want to be like in my game scene and then it switches to my just talking scene for that, because it's going to be jarring and it's going to look weird. Especially for something like well, I mean, just about anything. Oh, also, wait, hold on a second here. I can't remember if this one does it. This one doesn't do it. The other one I have, this one right here. Oh no, this actually. This is that shows off the thing I was going to talk about, the freezing. But I have another one which is a lot longer. Which is, oh yeah, this one. Which
says,
freezes
hey,
me.
Anya.
Hello, everybody. It freezes me.
Now,
See, so like
just in,
this
police
happens,
officers in
it'll
Lancaster,
freeze me in
Pennsylvania,
whatever
we're asking people to be on the lookout
thing
for a
I
man
am,
who
and then it's
Ruby
got to like be
Mysterious says,
precisely
oh fuck, I don't
timed.
think my
Yeah,
computer
I think
can run
we do.
Phasmo.
We do
You don't
have
think
his
your computer
description.
can
we
run
take that?
Phasmo?
Let's take his description.
Yeah. So this freezes me at the moment the command is activated, or the thing is activated, and
Okay. This is the guy. They're,
yeah, and then it has
they
to
wanted
unfreeze me
people
at
in
precisely
Pennsylvania
the
to be
right
out on the
time, which is
lookout
really
for.
interesting.
He's got a nose and some
But
hair
I love
that
this.
goes like
I
that,
love
and
this
he was,
redeem.
he was
It's my
wearing a
favorite.
hat
This is
time
like
with this
Twitch stuff.
particular-
You can't really do this with YouTube because
particular
YouTube
crime.
doesn't
It's got
have
kind of
the
a
right
chin that comes down to almost a
stuff.
point.
Like it doesn't have a way to redeem things unless I do it like chat based. Like you can type something in chat. It's really a pain in the butt. That's some serious. I
Ruby
tried booting it
Mysterious
up and it
says,
took a bit
yes,
to
I'm
initialize. Then it just
serious.
closed itself.
I just tried booting it up and it took a bit to initialize. Then it just closed itself.
Phasmo sometimes just struggles. It might not even be that your PC can't run it. It's just you got a shit install, or something got corrupted, or something like that. Or the settings in the menu, because they like to do this too. The settings in the menu are too high. That maybe your PC can't run it at what the settings in the menu are. Phasmo is fucking weird. Phasmo is really, really odd in the way it like does like its first initialization, especially after anything like a patch or whatever. It's fucking annoying. I hate it.
Ruby Mysterious says, yeah, but I didn't even get to the menu.
I gotta learn to stop swearing as much. I know YouTube doesn't really like that, which is annoying. It's like, if I want to swear like a sailor, just let me swear like a sailor. Yeah, you won't
Ruby
even get to the menu.
Mysterious says, but swearing is funny.
It can be funny. Honestly, I just want to. I need to cut out my swearing a little bit, anyways. Just simply because I swear too much, and I always have. Like ever since, basically, like the moment I turned 16, I was like, oh wow, 5 new words. I'm gonna start using them a lot. But I was better at not swearing before.
Ruby Mysterious says, I'll swear more in your honor.
You gonna take one for the team? You gonna take one? You gonna take one for me? Huh? You gonna swear more? Yeah. Well, mainly it's because I don't need kids repeating me. And
Ruby Mysterious
the
says,
other thing is too.
fuck
Oh,
that.
that's interesting.
I'll take the whole fucking team.
Why is somebody calling me? No, don't be calling me. Get out of here. Nobody cares about you. Jeez. It's just a bank. Probably my account's getting like deleted or something. Anyways, I'll take the whole team. Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah, I just I don't know. As far as things go, like I'm so used to swearing. And I've always maintained, and I've always told people, it's like they're just words, right? The only reason why you even care is because somebody in the past told you that you can't say those words, and then it's just a repeating cycle. I honestly, there's like words with meanings that you don't want to use for particular purposes.
Architectus says,
But
hey,
in
Lonnie,
general,
I
I
got a
don't like swearing isn't that
1077
big of a deal.
piece Lego set from China. Architectus
Lego,
says,
quote
I
unquote.
might be having fun for days with that.
Yeah.
Ruby Mysterious says, fucky 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 fuck.
Thanks, Ruby. Thanks. Well, this stream's fucked. Hold on, I need to go restart it because YouTube's gonna yell. Anyways, no. I have recently decided that it might be time for my kids to have Legos. I was avoiding it for a while because they're a bit small, but that and they're just a pain in the butt to pick up, and you find them everywhere, right? But previously they had these magnet tiles things where they could build stuff, but I'm like, yeah, you can't really build like anything super technical with that, but I thought Legos might be fun to switch them to, because these magnet tiles, they like to fall apart too. Like the magnets eventually fall out and they get broken because they're left somewhere and they get stepped on or some other nonsense, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay, that's fine, we'll just do that. We paid $100 for these things,
Ruby
and
Mysterious
this
says,
small set of
you
these
knew most
tiles.
of what you were getting into when you decided to be my friend. Architectus says, You can have Legos too.
I used to have a ton of Legos, but I gave all my Legos away to somebody when I was like transitioning into an adult. And I was like, well, I haven't used these for a long time, and I think somebody else might get some joy out of them. So I gave all my Legos away. I had a massive tote of them. I had a huge tote that was about 4 feet long, and it was about, I want to say it was about like 1.5 feet deep. And then, or 1.5 feet tall. And then probably about 1.5 feet deep, 2 feet deep, something like that. It was a pretty big tote. And I had all these Legos because I had all these sets, right? Like, when I was a kid, that was like a lot of what I got was like individual sets of Legos. Like, one thing was I had a 4x4 truck thing. I had a like NASA space shuttle thing. I had a police department thing. So I had all that stuff. And then I had like a bunch of other things too. But what's cool with Legos now is they make like a lot of other interesting things, right? So like, my son had gotten from his grandmother a table. It's just a plastic table that has like a thing underneath that you can store stuff in, mainly Legos. And then on top is a one big like Lego pad that you can build on top of, right? You remember those like tiles that you could get that had like the Lego pigs on it so you can build on it? Yeah, this thing was like a table that was like that. I'm like, that's really cool because you can just sit at the table and build like whatever you want. I mean, it's not super huge, so once you go to actually play with it, you know, then you know that is what it is. But as far as like you know, Legos and stuff goes, I was like, that was really cool. I have no idea how much that thing cost. I actually think she got it at a thrift sale or something like that because I don't think it was brand new. But I never had anything like that when I was a kid. The best thing I had was one of the tiles that had a road on it, and I think that was for the police station set or whatever. So I mean, you know, hey. But yeah, I used to make a whole bunch of stuff. I used to make like because my favorite thing with Legos was not like buying a kit and then putting it together. I did that at first. I would buy a kit, or I would get a kit, say like whatever thing, you know, was interesting at the time, and then I'd build that. I'd use the instructions and build it. But after probably at least, you know, maybe like a day or so.
Hello, happy July 1st.
Hi, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing my head empty thing today. So yeah, I had this thing because I would eventually take it apart, and it would just be added to my collection. So I'd have all like the cool little things.
Jacob says, sorry about Friday.
It's all right. Look, it's okay. I mean, sometimes just, you know, stuff happens and it gets a little out of control and whatever. And it's just like, you know, not a big deal. Don't worry about it. So yeah, I would take it apart and then I'd build stuff. I used to be like really big into sci-fi. Oh, I still am big into sci-fi, right? Like, so I would build like Star Wars ships, Star Trek ships. I would build like bases, or even something simple like a landing pad for an X-Wing. Because I used to have like all these Micro Machine X-Wings. Well, they're Micro Machines, but they're not actually micro. They were like quite large. Probably a good like 8 inches, like 6 to 8 inch models for like all these Star Wars things. Because this is like right when like after Phantom Menace and the prequels came out. So I had all of these really cool things that they had released that had like miniatures and stuff like that. And they were awesome, right? I don't see stuff like that anymore. They weren't that expensive either, because I think you could pick one up for like $8, right? It'd be like $8 for one of these things. Nowadays, if you wanted to get something like that, it'd be like 30, right? It'd be like $30 for something like that. And I had a ton of them. And my friend, my best friend at the time, he had a ton of them too. And like we would get together, we would literally be sitting down in his house, like in his living room, and be watching Star Wars up on the TV. We were watching like a DVD or whatever, And like we'd be halfway through a game of Star Wars Monopoly while all of our Star Wars nonsense is sitting all around, including Legos and stuff, is sitting all around the living room, right? Luckily, his parents never used the living room, so it was all good. Like, so we had like complete reign of it. But yeah, it was such an interesting thing with Legos, because now I think people buy them and then they build the sets and they don't really do much else with them. Mainly because let's face it, I think for a lot of people, a lot of adults that buy Legos are just basically a 3D puzzle, right? That's essentially what they are. Only they're not really a puzzle because you have instructions to put them together, of course. But it's something to put together like that. And it's kind of fun to see what they come up with, like in terms of like what the company comes up with. But it feels weird. Everything in the world feels less about getting, creativity and giving kids like stuff to do, and more about like how to put things together using instructions. Does that sound weird? I don't know if that sounds weird. I basically, my thought on it is the fact that it's like, I'm guessing kids, like my son, he goes and puts together a Lego thing, but he wants to kind of leave it alone and just have it together. So like, I would rip them apart. I couldn't stand it. Hello, Plankton. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm just talking about random nonsense because, truth be told, I had no idea what to do today. I had an idea what to do today, but it was too short notice because I wanted to get a few people on stream and do something cool and fun like Uno or something really exciting. However, it's just too short notice for me and everybody else. I didn't want to. I'm sure they would have been fine with it. But the fact of the matter is, it felt like really unprofessional to ask like the day of, like, hey, in 2 hours I'm going live. You want to play some Uno? For some reason, that just feels like really unprofessional to me. So I was like, all right, we'll save it for this next weekend. So hopefully this next weekend we can get everybody's schedules to like mesh up, and we'll do something crazy and cool. I want to do some. So like I bought a thing. I bought a couple things. I bought Dredge. I've been waiting for Dredge to be on sale, and I bought that the other day. But I bought another game that has a lot of really positive reviews. But it's cool because I think it has like audience interaction and stuff like that. I could be wrong, but it is multiplayer for obvious reasons once I reveal it. I'm trying to figure out. Trivia Tricks. That's what it's called. So I got this game called Trivia Tricks for pretty cheap, and it's supposed to be really good. And the reason I got something like this is because I love Jackbox games, and as a matter of fact, I'll do Jackbox games at some point too, because I love the audience interaction stuff. The only thing I worry about with Jackbox games is, of course, sometimes people can be a little less than decent human beings. I have done Jackbox games I think 3 times, but the last time I had somebody, and it wasn't even somebody that was like just some random person. It was an actual person that was allowed to be on the stream because he was a friend of one of the people I was collabing with, and he kept giving these answers that were like, what are you doing? Okay, games are supposed to be fun, but games are fun when people are like, kind of doing what you're supposed to. Sometimes there are some games out there, I guess, where like you can kind of make up a few your own rules and it makes it more fun or something like that. But this wasn't that. This was just them throwing the weirdest answers into Jackbox, for what we were doing. And it was like, why? I don't know. Some people are just like that. Some people like to cause a little chaos. And unfortunately, some of the stuff I had to, like, I don't remember if I finished editing the Jackbox video. I think I did. I think it's on the YouTube channel, but I had to edit out some some things. Like, I think what I did is I blurred it.
Rainbow says, bad type of humor, bad type of humor.
It's the type of humor you can't put on a stream, right? I'm not sensitive at all to most things. There are some things I don't want people to make light of. But most things I'm okay with. I play Cards Against Humanity, and I like it when people get fucking rude, okay? But in general, there's just obviously there's just a lot of stuff that you can't put on somebody's stream, right? You could be only so edgy on stream, at least if you want to maintain your career. And it's not even other people I worry about. It's literally like Twitch or YouTube going, yeah, we don't really want that on here. And then they either like delete your video, or this doesn't apply to me, but like if they demonetize it, or they delete your video and give you like a fucking community guideline strike or something silly like that. It's like, yeah, I kind of get it. I don't mind a little bit of that in like extreme cases. So like, I don't mind if YouTube doesn't want certain things being said or done on their platform, right? I'm not against that, because as much as I do believe in things like free speech and stuff like that, but like you can do free speech on your own time, right? You can create your own platform and do your own free speech there. I think that if somebody has their own thing, their own platform, and they go, you know what? We really don't want this kind of thing on here. They should be allowed to do that. It really depends on what it is. Because a lot of people will complain. They'll be like, well, what if I'm talking about like right-wing politics and I'm getting booted off the platform, but you have, the other person over there that's talking left-wing politics and it doesn't matter because you think he's right. Is that jank? Yeah, it's a little jank. That's a little jank. And this is from a person who, obviously leans way more to the left. It is a bit jank, and that does suck. But unfortunately, that's just the way it is, That's why, like, when Elon Musk went off about Twitter and how Twitter would censor things or remove posts or something like that, or bury them, it always crossed my mind that it's like, okay, Mr. Musk, you're sitting here complaining about free speech, that free speech isn't allowed on this platform and that you should be able to say whatever you want. However, it's not like a government entity. It's a private entity, right? It's their stuff. They get to do what they want with it. Okay? As long as it's within, reasonably within the law. Free speech isn't necessarily the law in terms of like people or most companies or things like that. It usually has anything to do with the government or anything that's government subsidized. So if the government's giving somebody money, then they might have to follow those rules. But honestly, what it comes down to, and I've had this leveled at me too when I'm enforcing rules in my server, my Discord server. I've had that leveled up. It's like, this isn't exactly free speech. It's like, I never said you had free speech.
Jacob says, you ever do ASMR?
Do I ever do ASMR? I have not yet. It is something that I want to do in the future, but I have to get like things taken care of on this side of things, like streaming and stuff like that, before I try to do something like that. ASMR is kind of scary, mainly because, first off, I do not enjoy ASMR myself.
Jacob says, right voice for it.
I've heard, I've had people say that to me, yeah. But I don't enjoy ASMR. It's very uncomfortable for me to listen to ASMR. But I enjoy it's not because there's something wrong with ASMR. That's just me. That's probably like a bit of my autism. There's other like emotional things that ASMR does to me that I don't really particularly enjoy. But again, that's just me. So like I know a lot of people really enjoy it.
Architectus says, same.
Yeah, I know a lot of people really enjoy it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, this is just, it's a me thing, However, I'm interested in making it because what I love to do, I love making people feel comfortable. I'd probably never do anything like overtly like sexual or anything like that. it would probably be
says,
something,
I'm
things
able
like,
to vibe to keyboard sounds though. Jacob says,
yeah.
I like it as long as it isn't too
Hi,
intense.
Aki. Welcome
Aki
to the
says,
stream.
Evening.
So my idea of ASMR is basically like RP ASMR, like you come home and your boyfriend comforts you, you know, things like that. So you know,
B0 and GOG4 and Wanning says, Hi Tay.
hello,
Jacob
welcome
says,
to the stream.
Same.
So yeah, I would probably do like this, you know, some RP ASMR. If I did do anything lewd, it would probably be, no, when I say lewd, it wouldn't be explicitly lewd, it would be suggestively lewd, but it would probably be with a really good friend of mine, because she's like it's goofy, but I have it in my to-do list to do ASMR with that person, and yeah, it should be interesting. But yeah, I have been wanting to do ASMR for a while now, actually for over a year. But I'm nervous to do it, and I'm also unsure, because I'm not going to do any of the trigger stuff. Like, I know people do the trigger things. That's not what I'm interested in. At least not
Rainbow
specifically.
Says, man, I remember the joke ASMR videos.
The joke ASMR videos, yeah. Yeah, I tried to do like I tried to watch like ASMR videos. Sorry about my tracking here. I actually have something in my eye that's driving me up a wall here. I tried to watch ASMR videos actually when I was really into Genshin Impact. I used to watch Luna ASMR, Luna, however you say it. They mix their name, like they mix the name with ASMR. It's weird, but I think it's just Luna ASMR. And I did like it because it was a lot of like the ASMR that I'd want to do. But then what it was making me emotionally feel awful. And the reason for that is because a lot of what they would do for Genshin Impact was basically venti stuff, right? It'd be venti, because they did a really good venti voice. So it'd be like venti comforts you for this reason, or you come home. I think it was Luna ASMR. It might have been a different ASMR artist, but yeah. So like, but the problem was it was like triggering things like jealousy and shit in me. So I was like, okay, I can't do this.
There's a video of a girl doing ASMR and her little brother enters the room. Do something to move her out of her chair. And he's screaming his lungs out in the mic.
Real life ASMR.
Jacob says, damn, that ruins it.
Real life ASMR. I'll just have my 4-year-old come running in my room, just start crying because his brother hit him with a tablet or so nonsense. Like real life kid, real life. Well, maybe not. I don't know how I would do that, but I was gonna say like YouTube is really stringent now on just having things like that. And I really don't need to include my kid into my content either. But it is a funny idea. But I as far as ASMR goes, I really have a hard time with it. But I do have another friend. I have one of my best friends just got into making ASMR, and he's got an incredibly soothing voice, like an intensely soothing voice. He doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe that he does, but he does. And he started making ASMR. Let me.
Aki says, indeed.
I need to find out whatever channel this stuff is in.
Aki says, I have to keep reminding them.
Here we go. Wait, is it just? I thought Bean made a whole different channel for this. Yeah, it's YouTube. Trust it. It's fine. Holy crap! Bean has made so many. Bean's actually got one with 2,500 views. Holy crap. Oh yeah, of course it's the good boy one. You tell people you're gonna call them a good boy, and of course. All right, here guys, let me give you a link to his channel. But he's got a very cute voice. He's a very, very warm and nice person, and I love him to death. But yeah, if you want to hear some what is likely going to be really good ASMR,
Jacob
I would
says,
go there and listen.
For our first one, do Catboy ASMR and make purr sounds.
Make purr sounds? I don't know if I used to be able to purr pretty good, but I haven't done it in a while. And I don't know if I could. Like sometimes it sounds pretty okay, sometimes it sounds like a little weird. Oh, there's 2 shelves. It looked like there was like 2 more like sets of videos. Yeah, of course the good boy one. Calling you a good boy. M4A, M4. Oh, that was, yeah, it is. Oh my gosh. Listen, I'm not going to go into it, but just because Bean's one of my best friends, I know so much about him. Just the things that I like was seeing on that channel is like kind of mind-blowing. I love that guy. He's one of those people who he's a lot like me, which he's a person who does a lot of really great things but has a lot of self-doubt. I don't know if I do a lot of great things, but I have a lot of self-doubt. He does great things but has a lot of self-doubt.
Rainbow says,
he could
better
pretty much
yet
do
do a
anything
Bad
you
Boy
want.
ASMR and do screeching sounds.
Bad boy ASMR. That's not a bad. I don't know what that is. I think I did that once on a stream and called it a mating call. Oh yeah. Actually, I have a short of that. On my channel. Just femboy mating call, just like. Velociraptor mating ASMR.
Architect
Yeah.
says, Velociraptor mating ASMR.
That's just
Jacob says, dang,
Tylani's,
you got possessed.
Tylani's ASMR right there. That'd just be like. Don't ask, guys. I don't know when I learned how to do that. I just did. It's like automatic at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I always thought it'd be fun to do ASMR, but I cannot listen to ASMR. I get really worked up in terms of just like emotionally, and honestly, I don't talk. Do I talk about it a lot? I don't know if I talk about it a lot. I have a lot of anxiety, like an extreme amount of anxiety that prevents me from doing a lot of things. So like anything like ASMR, what it does is it drives up my anxiety a lot, and I don't know why that is. And again, like I said, I think it's because of my autism. Because like sounds.
Jacob says, you've
mess
been
me
looking
up.
into things you shouldn't. Monsters enter people's minds because of that.
Oh, that's kind of a coincidence. There's a show that came out a while back. That was like, it was a few years ago that like everybody was talking about. And it's called.
Amygdala has the mind's butterfly says, oh, someone say autism.
It's
I
called.
just happen to have it too.
Yeah, I was just diagnosed with it a while back. It's because I have ADHD, and for a long time they thought that autism and ADHD were exclusive. Like you couldn't have one if you had the other. So I was never diagnosed with it. Well, when I got re-diagnosed with ADHD, I got diagnosed.
Amygdala has the mind's butterfly says, diagnosed with it when I was,
Autism.
I think, 10 or 12.
I got diagnosed
Jacob
with autism.
says, that's easier than they think.
But yeah, so this anime series is called Monster Girl Doctor. And I always saw clips of it on YouTube. I'm like, this is really cute. It would have been an awesome series, like genuinely. It would have been a great series, but for some reason they had to focus on, it's basically about a doctor that knows how to take care of various like monster creatures, right? And they're all girls. So like you might have like harpies, or you have a dragon, or you have, but they're all like humanoid-esque and cute girls. But like every time he's like going to examine them, and he's always serious about it. Like there's nothing weird that he's doing, but no matter where he touches, he'd be like, oh, you broke your arm, and he'll touch their arm, and all of a sudden they'll just have an orgasm. And I don't know why that is. That's such a weird concept. maybe not for anime, but it's a weird concept in general, right? But the problem is I love the show so much because it's not about the orgasm
says,
stuff.
Pardon.
It's about the
Architectus says, orgasm.
orgasm. Yeah. It's about the like. Well, for me, it's just about this doctor who is literally just being just. I don't know. Like all the girls love. Like okay, so one of the scenes is
Jacob says,
teaching.
so he has this pull as a result of his authority as a doctor. A lot of psychiatrists have that.
Well,
Rainbow
it's not really a
what
pull.
World War II does to a nation.
So basically, you know, like he'll be he's in the scene with these harpy girls, right? And he's trying to teach them how to clean their feathers with this brush, and you know their wings on their wings. And he's given an example on this one harpy girl, and she's just acting. She's sitting there, she's acting like she's having like this like oh my god, you know, and it's like holy shit. Why? And then he's like, well, I can demonstrate on somebody else if you guys want. And then like so all the harpy girls attack him because they want him to. It's fucked. It's really fucked. And then but one of my favorite like episodes is like the person who controls the town is
Jacob
a dragon.
Says, what is our opinion on the D&D Mexican orcs?
I haven't actually looked at any of that, but I'm kind of talking about something else right now. So just give me a moment, and I'll talk about D&D in a little bit because I do love D&D. So basically, there's this one episode where like he goes and he's asked to help this dragon because this anime has the weirdest, most like fucking heartfelt, like very I don't know, like emotional scenes. It's weird. It's always weird when anime does that, right? Like this is such a lewd series, or it's trying to be a lewd series, but then it gives you like something like really, what am I thinking? Give you something like really that just kind of cracks you, you know. And so he's going to help this dragon, and of course she's just a cute girl, and she like explaining that dragons didn't used to look like that. They used to be dragons, but then like something happened where they turned like humanoid, and she's lived for so long. Like dragons are basically immortal, but she has this thing that's killing her, like literally killing her. And because she's lived for so long and everything that's happened and the fact that like a lot of her kind has disappeared, she just wants to let it kill her. So he's sitting there trying to talk her into letting him help her. But then what he finds out, he like goes up and she's nude because of what is going on with her, which I'll explain. But and they don't show anything. She's just nude. But what they show is that like on her chest it is what looks like a beating heart. Like you can see it. It's in the open. And then you're like, oh, that's really interesting. And he's touching it, like he's examining it with his hands. And it basically reveals that, no, that's not her heart. She has like some sort of cancer. And it's like, holy crap. And, you know, it actually goes through this whole thing where like he has to go like consult like his mentor that taught him taught him everything and about how to deal with this, because it's like, you know, trying to remove it itself would kill her. But then so like it does this whole thing where it's really kind of sad. And then, you know, he continues the rest of his examination, and he's examining her fucking tail, and she's having an orgasm, or basically acting like it. And it's like, come on. It's so tonally fucked. I don't know. I love it because I love its concept, but I also hate it because it's like, this, you could have made an awesome series about literally, and you could have had some of this in there. You could have had some of this goofy fucking humor in there, but you didn't have to make it the focus of the whole series, because you could have actually made a really compelling series about a human doctor that takes care of monster girls, I guess, you know? You could have still had them all girls. There's nothing weird about that in anime. I mean, you have fucking anime about racehorses that are girls, so, and they're all girls for some reason. Male racehorses don't exist in Japan, I guess. I guess that's a thing. Well, no, it's not actually a thing, but according to this anime, it's a thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's a really fascinating anime, except for the fact that it's clearly designed for one thing. I hate it. It's kind of like, well, nobody's talked about it for a while, but there's an anime called Interspecies Reviewers, which is basically hentai. It's basically hentai. However, it's fucking weirdly, like, interesting. Its lore is actually interesting about how all this came about in terms of, like, the world and stuff like that. And it's fucking weird. It's a weird idea to be like, oh, basically they made a hentai, but it's like a really soft hentai. It's a hentai that doesn't necessarily have like a whole crapload of nudity. A lot of things are implied and out of frame and stuff like that. But it ends up being like incredibly lewd. But the actual lore, the attention to detail when they talk about how things work, because obviously with different species you have different ways they have sex and stuff like that, and that's like somebody went out of their way and put like a whole fuckload of thought into this show, and it's just getting trashed because everybody thinks it's just hentai. It is hentai, basically. It's basically hentai, but it's like somebody actually gave a shit.
Brickmaster Max says, "What does mlemmers mean?"
Mlemmers? Well, a mlem is when you see a like a cat like lick its lips. It's like, that's a mlem. So mlemmers are people who lick their
Aki
lips.
says, "Pretty sure I've seen clips of that Doctor anime."
Yeah, it's called Monster Girl Doctor. Monster Girl Doctor. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah, it's got a very obvious name, Monster Girl Doctor. It's odd, but it's fun. It's really enjoyable. Even the silly orgasm shit is. When I say orgasm, it's just they're like, oh my
Jacob
god,
says,
you know,
Rick,
not
you may
actual
know what
orgasm.
mlemming is.
You may know what mlemming is. Yeah, a mlemmer is just someone, I don't know. It's a cute word. So it gets used a lot in my circle. It's like a very I don't know, it's cutesy. I'm a femboy. Okay, so mlemmers are you guys. You guys are the mlemmers licking your lips. But it's licking your lips in a cute way, not licking your lips in a
Aki says, "Femboy
Rude way.
language."
femboy language, exactly. We use a lot of different femboy. We use a lot of different language to express our adorable cuteness.
Jacob says, "Thanks."
So yeah, I think the unfortunate thing is just like, it's so hard to find like interesting anime now because it's just all isekai nonsense. I'll see clips, like YouTube always tries to push clips on me about dumb things. Like there's what's the one anime that I keep seeing now? In a world with like level 2 cheats or some crap like that. It's like, I
Brickmaster
don't
Max
care.
says, "I thought mlemmers meant men loving men." Rainbow says,
That's a
"Blue's work
mlenner."
as a doctor is misinterpreted due to lewdness."
Yes.
Chris Diaz says, "You have a pretty model."
Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. I've been kind of attached to this model as of late, just because it's my nice little casual model. I have like a whole bunch, but yeah, this model is one of my particular favorites because it's very simple, and I like I like this shirt because that's kind of just how I like shirts in real life. So I like to show off my little shoulders. This is like one of my first models that I made. I'm saying one of my first models. It's like the second generation of models that I made. But yeah, this one is just like, it's just kind of cute. I just kind of threw it together and did my thing. But I'm glad you like it. I'm really glad you like it. So yeah, I don't know. I can't find any anime to really get really interested in anymore. It's all just like, But we already talked about that the other day in my anime sucks now stream. But yeah, as far as okay, so like I know D&D has come out with like I think the new player's handbook. It's either out or they released a I don't know what it is. I saw a level what's their name? Freaking I saw some clips about people talking about it. I think are they still calling it D&D Next? I don't know if they're still calling it. It's just 6th edition, right? D&D 6e. I have no freaking idea. I don't know. I haven't heard a damn thing about it. I haven't looked at the book. I haven't seen any of the... I've seen some people complaining about the new... how like the new races, or basically how they changed the races and stuff like that. And I've seen a lot of people complaining about the fact that like it really does nothing for D&D. Like it does nothing to advance D&D. Because a lot of people were saying that like, 5th edition, as good as it was, had a lot of problems. And while they're not like all super bad problems, and some of them don't pop up unless under certain circumstances, 6e fixes none of them. Hi, Jet.
The Legend
Hello,
Jet
you
says,
triangle.
Red triangle. Heart.
Hello. Hi, Jet. Hi, triangle. Yeah, so I guess 6e does not...
The Legend Jet says, Hiya. 3.
Like fix any of the issues that 5e had. And I think D&D is going to have a problem pretty soon, like a really big issue. Welcome to the stream, Jet. How are you doing? Are you about to head off to bed pretty soon? Yeah, as far as D&D goes, I think they're going to have an issue because unlike in the past, there's actually a lot of really good alternatives to it.
What do you think of furries?
Do I think of furries? I don't know. I don't really... I don't mind furries. I see them all the time at conventions.
Says, I have to cook a little so I can eat food throughout the next few days, lol.
Oh yeah? What you gonna cook? I don't know. I like furries. I know quite a few furries. I like furries. They're fun.
The Legend Jet says, I still haven't started really. Just been stalling tongue.
Oh yeah? Just
the Legend Jet says, chicken breast and rice.
Chicken and rice kind of sounds good. What kind of rice do you use?
The Legend Jet says, yum.
I like chicken and yellow rice. That's like my favorite.
Jacob says, furries are adorable, especially the femboy ones.
I have evolved on furries a bit.
The Legend Jet says, cheap as hell rice.
Cheap as hell rice. I understand.
The Legend Jet says, XD.
Yeah, there's this yellow rice that I really like. The yellow rice has like a really good flavor already to it, because I think they like mix it with like a chicken base, almost like a chicken broth, and then you put your chicken. It's so good. You don't need gravy or anything like that. It's very, very yummy. But I'm also really quite partial to jasmine rice. As far as furries go, like I didn't dislike furries. I disliked that anytime I would go, when I first became a femboy, which was a couple years ago, anytime I would go and search for any kind of like femboy thing, like styles or anything really, a lot of times furry, like people in fursuits and stuff would pop up, or like art of like furry characters would pop up, and I was like, okay, it was really annoying to try to like figure out the stuff that I was trying to figure out, because I'm not a furry, right? And I was trying to go through and trying to figure out my own thing, my own style of how I wanted to approach being a femboy. and then like trying to get through all the furry stuff because they kind of go hand in hand, and it was just really hard. So I really intensely disliked that, and I was like, I just wanted to kind of do my thing and try to figure out how I want to go about this. But that was like one of my real only complaints about it. Furries themselves, I don't mind furries at all. I think they're awesome. I think they go through, they spend a lot of money. They go through a lot of work to, do things like their fursuits and stuff like that. Like 99% of them I've met are amazing. Actually, I don't think I've ever met a single furry that hasn't been awesome, right? I haven't met a single one. I have seen a lot of furries on the internet be cringe as fuck, but I've seen a lot of other people on the internet be cringe as fuck. So I guess every community is going to have this cringe as fuck people. There's definitely cringe as fuck femboys out there. I know. I am one of them, and my hand is not activating. Oh, whatever. Screw my hand. Screw my hand. I don't need it. But, yeah, I don't know. Furries are an interesting topic. There's like I don't know. There's a crazy amount of furry art on the internet, like a lot of it, and it's interesting hearing people who are furry artists talk about like how fucking insanely demand they are always in, like, and how much money they make. There's people out there that make like hand over fist, and
Ian
they just
says,
can't pump art out fast enough, and that is like just a strange concept to wrap my head around, that because a lot of artists will say that there's more work for a furry artist than like any other artist for content creators like put together. That's a lot of people willing
Aki
to spend a
says,
lot of money.
Honestly, being a furry artist, if you're good as Mad Cash.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I remember seeing a thing about it like literally a few days ago, about somebody saying that they were too overloaded. Like there's like thousands of people that want commissions that, amount, like each commission being like, could be hundreds of dollars. And he just can't keep up. He can make stuff like pretty quickly, but he can't keep up.
Aki says, I'd legit learn to draw that stuff for the money they earn when well known and skilled.
If I thought drawing is an actual thing I wanted to take up, I would learn how to make furry art. 100%. I would learn how to make furry art. Which is funny because I was just complaining about how I couldn't find things because of so much furry art. Hi, Bean.
Ian says, I actually know a guy who's insanely talented at that stuff.
It's a lot of people. I know so many more artists now that I became a content creator than I ever knew in my life. I never knew a friggin' artist in my life ever before I became a content creator. Not like... I mean, I knew people who drew stuff, but never anybody who actually was able to make any money off of it or even tried, now it seems like everybody, I see people draw. I got into VTubing in general because of an artist that draws live 2D models. So like, I mean, I wanted to do VTubing before that, but I was able to get into it because I started watching her, and then through her chat, I started making friends with people and becoming a part of that community, and then like gaining contacts in terms of like, or networking, and finding people who are artists, and then finding people who are VTubers, and then finding somebody who thought it would be awesome to make me a VTuber model that I could use, because I had no idea what I was doing. I had no money. I still don't have money, but I have no idea what I'm doing at the time. And she's just like, hey, I got a surprise for you. And she gave me a model based on kind of like things I had said in the past about what I wanted a model to look like. And it was awesome. And then I took it from there. I started making my own models and stuff. I'm not really great at it. I don't do any 3D sculpting or anything like that. It is literally just 3D. It's V-Roid. Sorry. It's V-Roid models that you know. So if you know what they are, you know what they are. If you don't, it's basically software that runs off of Unity. It kind of gives you a base model that you can manipulate a whole bunch of different ways. You can download clothing and decorations for it. I go a step farther, and then I import, when I'm done in the base program, I import it into Unity and then add blend shapes so that like my movements and my mouth movements and my expressions are way more expressive because they're pretty wooden normally. I also add things that in Unity that are like actual 3D models. There's nothing on this particular model that's like that, except for maybe the glass. No, the glasses come from V-Roid Studio. But some of my newer models definitely have stuff that are added just directly into Unity. So I have learned a little bit about that. But as far as like Live 2D, I have been looking, because if you don't know, Live 2D models can cost anywhere from, you know, $500-600 all the way up to several $1,000s, right? And I wanted my own distinct model. I wanted a Live 2D model for a long time because they're exceptionally cute. And I can design it the way I want it. But it's really expensive. And I kind of gave up on that. I'm like, well, what if I found like a pre-made model for like, because pre-made models are less expensive.
Jacob says, what I wouldn't pay for a metal band, but the singer is just a cat who can't shut up.
Is that a reference? Is this For some reason, I got that show Egertuko in my head when you said that. I don't know.
Unkept 111 says, edging to voice RN.
No.
Face pink tears : face pink tears.
Don't say stuff like that. That's a little weird.
Jacob says, that'd be great. Cats are great yeller.
Cats are great. Yeah, they do have an intense voice. But I would love to have a Live 2D model. I was looking through some pre-made ones the other day and just like, I don't know if I should go that route. So some pre-made ones have customizable options, like you can change hair color. It's hard to find a boy VTuber model that's
Zedril
cute.
says, really expensive, and only going up in minimum price, due to all the new tech that's constantly getting made, normalized and becoming the standard. It's getting nuts.
It's kind of strange. Zedro, I'm not going to be...
I still prefer having someone make me a 3D model.
It's kind of changed.
Custom one is still cheaper than a Live 2D.
Because
Jacob says, unkept chill pal, I don't want to report you.
Don't worry about it. Let my mods handle it. If anything else happens, they'll deal with it. So basically, if... It's weird to me that Live 2D price would be jumping up due to technology, right? Because at the end of the day, Live 2D itself is a drawing that is rigged. Right? Not just a regular drawing.
I remember you mentioned having kids. Congrats, by the way. Was it like being pregnant? Or did you adopt?
I did it the natural way. I did it the natural way. Okay, look. I can't go there right now, okay? I can't go there right now. That put an image in my head, and now I'm a bit distracted. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. However, the thing with technology
Jacob
driving
says,
up the price of
he's
Live
not
2D
Ike, though.
is that, again, like I said, it's a complicated drawing because there's several layers that need to be manipulated.
Says,
but then there's
chill
rigging.
Unkept.
There's the rigging that goes on, which that may be driven by technology somewhat.
Jacob says, THX Aki.
But here's the thing. Rigging is way too overcomplicated now. And maybe it's because people want to stand out, and I get that. But now, basically, all Live 2D models that are made now are freaking jelly, right? They bounce around, and it's really fucking weird. I don't need to see somebody's eyes jiggling. That is very disconcerting. It is so weird. I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't know why people do that. Your eyes jiggling? Come on.
Jacob says, look up Tau Empire Warhammer 40k, you'll be interested.
The thing with And the thing with rigging is, like, I've seen some really amazing rigging too, and you would expect to pay a high price for rigging. Like, I mean, but at the end of the day, I guess the thing is like, other than toggleables, you know, being able to toggle things on and off, I don't genuinely understand why technology would drive the price up. The thing I would think would drive the price up more is how long somebody works on something, right?
Architectus says, you can have wobbly, sparkly eyes and be neon.
Yeah, I know I could do that with my 3D models. Honestly, my favorite thing I've ever done with my 3D model was doing the rotating irises, which were awesome. The pentagrams in my one model. That's really cool. But with that, I can also just play movies. I could literally play Never Gonna Give You Up in my eyes, and I could zoom into my eyes like this, and it would just be a video of Never Gonna Give You Up. I could literally rickroll you with my eyes. That'd be freaking hilarious. But yeah, I could put like any video into my eyes, and that's cool. That's really cool, and it's complicated, but I can do it. But so far, the only thing I've ever done is put on the rotating pentagram.
Architectus says, literally play Shrek during all the stream.
Literally play Shrek during all the stream. What I really want, though, all I want is a live
video
2D
where
model.
you talk in the most soothing tone and is zoomed in on her eyes the whole time.
It's just like never gonna give you up in my eyes. Yeah. I do like doing sometimes when I'm streaming. I will zoom in on my face like for quite a while, mainly because I'm cute and I like looking at myself. And for some reason, I'm not looking at the screen. That's weird. That's a bit strange. Why am I not looking at the screen? Huh? Sometimes this happens.
Ian says, sadly can't stick around. Tay, been a long, crazy day at work, so gotta go.
All right, Ian. You have a nice day. And I'll probably see you in my next stream, I'm pretty sure. So you have a wonderful day. Thank you for stopping in. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming by and supporting me and hanging out with me. Like, it's like, I don't know how to describe like what it means to me just to be able to do my thing and people are actually interested in hearing what I have to say or watching what I'm doing. Because like, it never occurred to me that anybody would care, like give any kind of shit about anything I wanted to do.
Ian says, I will be there. See ya.
See you later, bud. But yeah, as far as like the models and stuff goes, I have a new model coming.
Keenan Walker
I keep
says,
saying this.
It has gone from 107F to 109F.
Holy crap.
As a chronic migraine sufferer, I'm wondering who or what I pissed off to deserve this. Architectus says, guys,
like and
remember
share
to
my
like and
silly
share this
video.
video.
109 degrees Fahrenheit. Holy fuck. I should know better than to ask where somebody lives, but like, can you give me like a general idea? Like, where is it? I mean, maybe it's just like, I have no idea. I don't know where. People always tell me where they live, and I always forget. It's like when somebody tells me their birthday. It's like I have such a hard time keeping track of anything. Yeah,
Keenan
that's
Walker
right.
Says, Kansas. I want the city.
Yeah, that's fine. Kansas is always hot, isn't it? Like every time I've been through Kansas, it's hot as fuck.
Sounds like the ninth circle.
Yeah, that's so damn hot. It's so freaking hot. Like, I think here it might be like 73 right now. I mean, it does get hot here. It doesn't quite get that hot, usually. I think we usually will hit is a little over 100. But, yeah, right now it's in the low 70s, I think. But what'll happen is we'll hit the 90s and then it'll get like super ass humid.
Keenan Walker says,
and it's really annoying.
It's fucking miserable.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I had my cousins used to live in Kansas, and they had to like have when they had their cars down there, like they had to have their windows tinted just because the heat would be like the sun would be so intense that like when they came back up here by us again, They kept getting pulled over because their windows were tinted so dark. And they kept having to explain, it's like, well, the windows are tinted so dark because this car is from Kansas. And it's so hot down there, and the sun is so intense that you have to tint your windows if you want to be even remotely comfortable. So eventually they just had to remove the tint from the windows. But yeah, it's like, holy crap. And we're talking like dark. We're talking like the windows look like they were black. Like if you paid enough attention, you might be able to see the outline of something in the back. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. This is what sucks is because I remember when I was a kid, I remember when I was like a lot younger, I remember having a lot more snow. I remember temperatures not getting this fucking nuts.
Keenan Walker says, best part is, in my home, the AC is fucked on specifically my side of the house too.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. That really sucks. It's funny because the house I live in has central air. And it's not really a big house, but it'll hit temperatures where the AC just doesn't do anything.
All I've got for any reprieve is to chug water like a fish, and my one fan.
Can you go swimming or something? Like, are you able to like just go out to a lake and go swimming and just like cool off that way? I mean, you probably feel like bath water, but or a shower. I think a shower is a good way to cool off.
Keenan Walker says,
that's a bummer. Nope. That's a real bummer. That's like how when it would get like really intensely hot, we'd all pile into a car. We used to, when I used to have IRL friends anyways. We used to pile into a car and we'd go out to like a lake or something like that and just fucking dive in for hours. Because it was like the only way to cool off, and most of us didn't have AC at the time. It was a nightmare. But that still wasn't as intense as it gets now. I mean, we're talking like it'd be like in the 80s or 90s.
Keenan Walker says, there's a pool here that just shut down for the season for some bullshit reason.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. Annoying. That's so annoying. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about any of this. I don't like it.
Keenan Walker says, and, even then, I've got dreads. I have so much hair that it makes swimming a pain.
Holy crap, yeah. That would probably suck.
Keenan Walker
I actually just got rid of like a lot of my long hair.
That's any problem, but still.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it's a problem. Even whether it's a you problem or not, it's still a problem. It's still a big problem, especially since like if you want to cool off, that's like a good way to do it. But if it's more difficult because of that, yeah, that does suck. I just got rid of a lot of my hair because I got so tired of it being so freaking long. I like long hair. I like the way it looked, but it was such a pain in the ass to wash. I was tired of having hair just all over the place all the time, cleaning out my brush. And it's like, I like short hair anyways. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do a really cute thing. So I got like a faux hawk. And it was really cute. And now it's not so much of a faux hawk anymore. But I'm gonna let it grow back out to the point where I like it, where like, you know, the typical one eye is covered thingy, cute little shy one eye is covered hairdo or whatever. That's fucking cute. I love that. But at a certain point I get tired of it. I get tired. Like if I can chew on the hair that comes down from my bangs, nah, fuck that. I'm done. Nope. And it's so hard to get a haircut around here because I'm look, I'm such a fucking poor bastard. It's funny. Like, I mean, I've gathered a lot of stuff. Like, I busted my ass to get the stuff that I have to be able to stream and do the things I enjoy. But it really is a pain in the butt to get money around to get my hair cut, especially when I have two children that, you know, we got to make sure they get their hair cut and stuff too. So they get priority. What I used to do to save money before I became a femboy is I would just have somebody take clippers to my head because I didn't care. I didn't give a shit about my hair. I preferred to be more comfortable. But then I discovered that, oh wait, hair is awesome. Hair is awesome until it's not.
Aki says, Garden strimmer.
Garden strimmer? Oh. But yeah, there's nothing better. There's nothing better when you get out of the shower and your hair is clean and it's like freshly conditioned. It's just dried off and it just feels so soft. And it's like, yes, this is my goal in life, to be this fucking soft all the time. And I am now, because I do that. I have my little exfoliating gloves and some nice soap. and some techniques. Like, one of my favorite things to do that I loved was when I had the longer hair, is brushing it from underneath. When I discovered that trick, my life changed. Brushing your hair when you have longer hair, brushing it from underneath rather than from on top does so many things. It is a miracle. It makes your hair floofy. It makes it very fluffy. My problem is I just never figure out how to style my hair other than I'll just put it over my eye and look cute. But I always I love people who have just like that like curly hair, that cute curly hair, or oh God, what am I thinking? People who have like, just like, I don't know, it's like kind of swirly, but it's like really, it looks like really light and fluffy and soft. Like you can bury your face in it and it's just gonna be like heaven. I like stuff like that. It's hard to figure out how to get my hair to do that because I just have no experience with it. And it's often hard to look things up when you don't understand or know the terminology of what you're trying to look up. It's very difficult. So luckily, somebody in my family is a hairdresser. And when I first became a femboy, I was trying to explain to her how I wanted my hair done because it was my birthday. And I showed her an image of somebody on the internet that I liked following at the time on Twitter. And she's like, "Oh, so you kind of like want a non-binary haircut?"
United
I'm
States
like, "Yeah,
of
that's
America
really cute."
says, "Hello."
Hello, United States of America. What's going on? Welcome to my stream, all 350 some odd million of you. Somebody must have heard that I am celebrating it is Independence Month. England has no hold over us anymore. They have been stripped of their control over us, and we are now in control.
Aki says, "Welcome."
Welcome. As Aki's just like, welcome. Honestly, I said something like that at the beginning of the stream just because of being goofy. I pleaded for all the former English colonies to join us in an uprising. You know what would happen? Like it'd be England, and it's like it's been so long since they've done anything like that. It'd just be like, wait, what are these guys doing? What? We've come for your beef Wellingtons.
Aki says, "We already took your spices. It's too late."
Took your spices. It's too late. Yeah, we're gonna come take your beef Wellingtons. Ha! I don't know. I don't know.
Aki says, "Take Ramsey. We don't care."
Take Ramsey, we don't care. You ever see, Gordon Ramsay tried to make a grilled cheese sandwich. And, I believe in Gordon Ramsay as a chef. Okay? I genuinely do. I've seen him cook a lot of things.
Says, "Lamb sauce."
Lamb sauce?
0852657
Hi, Lewis.
says, "Beef Wellington is overrated anyway."
Everybody says
Hungry
beef
face.
Wellington is overrated, but then some people be like, "Oh yeah, it's actually really fucking good." It's like, I don't know, it kind of looks good. It's a whole crap load of meat surrounded by a really fluffy bread, Thank you for the subscription, United States. The US of A just subscribed to me. I just got subscribed to, y'all, by the best country in the...
Argusland Forum Fairy says, hi everyone.
Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, so I watched him try to make this grilled cheese sandwich, and it was bad. It was really bad. Like, grilled cheese sandwiches are made in a specific way for a specific reason, right? He's using some pretty weird cheeses, and it's not that you couldn't use those cheeses, it's that they can't be your, like, base cheese. So, like, you have to have a really nice, melty cheese. Something that a lot of people swear by American cheese. And, you know, say what you will about it, because a lot of people think it's, like, not cheese. It is very much cheese, by the way. But a lot of people really swear by American cheese. Why? Because it melts really easy, and it makes the best grilled cheese sandwiches. But if you want to spice it up a little, there are some other cheeses you can use, of course.
Aki
Cheddar
says,
cheese is really good.
I watched videos of him getting outdone by moms whose cooking skills are raising kids. Aki says, and outvoted.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like, he makes some really good shit. He probably makes some bad stuff too. Who knows? Like, every cook is gonna have a thing where it's basically just probably gonna have recipes that they like that other people aren't going to. But yeah, so like for grilled cheese and stuff like that, it's pretty simple. You have a melty base cheese, and then if you want another cheese type flavor in there that's not particularly melty, you like shred it up or something, and you put it with your base cheese, and it kind of mixes in and gives you a little bit of that flavor. But yeah, no, he totally fucked up. Like, the cheese wasn't even melted. And he's like, yeah, here's a fire pit over here. Let's use the fire pit. And freaking, it was silly. It was silly. It's like, dude, I could whip you up a grilled cheese sandwich in like 30 seconds flat. That would actually be a grilled cheese sandwich. My favorite thing to do, though, my comfort thing with grilled cheese
Aki
sandwiches.
says, inject melted cheese into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
Keenan Walker says, I've heard a good grilled cheese combo is cheddar, provolone, and Gouda.
That's the standard. That's like the standard, like, high end. That's the performance. That's the gamer version. That's the gamer version of a grilled cheese. Okay, I can't call it a gamer version. Gamer is just a word they throw on something when it's not actually that much better. That's the performance version of a grilled cheese sandwich, and it is very good. Yes. It is very, 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 very good. But that is actually like the standard. Like,
Aki
that's what
says,
a lot.
if you guys want to see curse, watch Roll for Sandwich.
Roll for Sandwich?
United States of America says, it's tiring having to care for 341 people.
341 people?
Argusland Forum Fairy says, so I just came here from a Doomer Pill stream or something. What's this channel all about?
Well, I am
Master Max says, sometimes I wish Gordon Ramsay would call me an
I have a
idiot
femboy
sandwich
that
sweet
chats
day
with
love
my
to me.
audience a lot. I like to
United
sing.
States of America says,
I like to do
Refumai says, hey, you have a BF
gaming
or
streams.
something?
I'm a variety streamer, essentially. I do a whole bunch of different stuff. It just depends on my mood. Most of my stuff is like audience
Argusland
interaction.
Forum Fairy says, wait, what about Gordon Ramsay?
What? Sometimes I wish Gordon Ramsay would call me an idiot sandwich and make me... Wow! Woo! Damn! Really?
Aki says,
someone likes
don't
Gordon
ask
Ramsay.
those kind of questions, Ty.
But, wait, what? At any rate, yeah, so, like, I ended up getting, like, really freaking, like, just screwed by this stupid video. Like,
says,
screwed up my
NGL,
brain.
He is pretty bread. United States of America says, hell no, you don't get to bang the best chef. Aki says, this is in reference to Refumai.
Oh, I didn't see it. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty personal question. Try to avoid personal questions. Thank you. I'd appreciate it. So as far as like a grilled cheese sandwich goes, I mean, I made some banger grilled. You want to know what's good as a grilled cheese sandwich? Actually, this is fucked up, right? Me and my friend, when we were younger, we're like, let's experiment with a whole crap load of different food, right? What is really good on a grilled cheese sandwich somehow is peanut butter. I don't know why. I haven't done it since then either. Okay? But you take peanut butter, you put it in the grilled cheese, because the peanut butter melts like really good, like really well. And actually, I'll explain this in a second, because there's another thing you can do that is actually really awesome. But Yeah, we put peanut butter on a grilled cheese sandwich with American cheese, and it was like pretty good, like pretty
Keenan Walker
yummy.
says, peanut butter
Yeah,
with
I know.
cheese?
Okay, it's weird. I think it's because peanut butter has such a. It probably depends on what peanut butter you use, right? But peanut butter has such a savory / sweet like thing going on for it, and then American cheese is like savory. So having those two together with some bread, for some reason, it just works really well. Now, if you like that might seem a little weird to people. So, but if you want to have a really awesome grilled sandwich, make a peanut butter and jelly grilled sandwich, or even just a peanut butter grilled sandwich. It is so good because peanut butter melts like into the most yummiest shit ever. Like, it is so good. So you make your peanut butter jelly sandwich, and you do it just like you would a grilled cheese, right? You butter the outside.
2657 Louise says, the craziest combo will always be peanut butter and cheeseburger.
Yeah, cheese goes like with a lot of things.
Cheese goes with a lot more things than you think. Argusland Forum Fairy says, am I weird or do chocolate chip cookie taste good with cheese?
I think it's the fact that cheese goes with a lot of
Brickmaster
stuff,
Max says,
right?
PB and grilled cheese, let's go.
Cheese is the thing. You can put it on something savory. You can put it on your dinner. You can put it on a sandwich. You can put it in a casserole. And then there's cheeses out there that are literally desserts. Like you have cheesecake. You have
United States of America says,
so many different things that you can use cheese. No. Seriously. I think it's just because. I'm not saying like all the same cheese. Like you have different cheeses, right? Yeah, like cheesecake is a really good example. Cheesecake is fucking yummy, but you put cheese in like
Aki
so many
says,
different things.
Just give me my beans on toast.
Yeah, beans on toast. Beans on toast. Always the beans on the toast. But yeah, make a grilled cheese or not make a grilled cheese. Make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just like you normally would. Only butter the outside parts of the bread. And then make it just like like you would a grilled cheese sandwich. Get brown the bread on the outside, and then you will have a grilled sandwich that has a really yummy peanut butter and jelly like gooey center, and it is so heckin' good. It is one of my favorite things of all time. I don't have it a lot because it is a bit indulgent, but it's very, very, very good. I love it. It's so simple to make. And it like raises the peanut butter and jelly sandwich to its like natural max level.
Actually, that gives me the idea for a bean and cheese grilled sandwich. Gotta try it tomorrow.
You could do a bean and cheese grilled sandwich, I think. Absolutely. Especially if you like pick a cheese that just goes with the beans really well.
Aki says, beans and grated cheddar is banging.
I could imagine that would be pretty good. I'm not actually against. I've never actually like had beans on toast, but I do love beans.
Argusland Foreign Fairy says, I'll never understand people eating unheated canned beans.
Okay, now we're getting a little spicy over here, all right? Sometimes you just want some cold baked beans. Sometimes you want them heated up. Depends on how you feel.
Says, hi.
I like cold baked beans. I think they're fine.
Aki says, yes, he is chat. Don't believe him. He's anti-beans. United States of America says,
if I was anti-beans,
is just criminal.
If I was anti-beans, I'd call Magabi a bottom. It's fine. It's not criminal. It's fine.
085265
yes.
Louise says, cold beans and cold pizza is just a comfort.
Cold beans, cold pizza, cold fried chicken, you know, the day after you had your fried chicken.
Says,
that's usually pretty good. I haven't done that for a long time though, to be fair.
United States of America says, pizza and pineapple is also
No. Pizza and pineapple with some Canadian bacon or regular bacon or ham or whatever the hell you want to call it is the best pizza ever.
Aki says, you ain't winning that war.
No.
We tried.
I will literally just go out and get a Hawaiian pizza just to piss you off. I will eat. And I like them. I don't like those itty bitty little chunks. I like those big, thick fucking chunks of pineapple. Just like, it's like, here's my savory pizza. Here's my wonderfully sweet and acidic pineapple. So fucking good. So good. You want to know what? I swear to God, and this is probably not
Chip
true
the
for
Dairy
everybody.
Cow says, I don't eat pizza anymore.
You don't eat pizza anymore? I mean, that's fair. I guess you don't have to. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, like 90% of the people who are like,
I love
pineapple
pizza.
on pizza
The only
is so
people who
bad.
don't like who
It's like,
haven't
you've
tried
never
it.
tried it before.
Keenan
You've never
Walker
tried it
says,
before.
The best pizza ever is garlic buttered stuffed crust with pepperoni and bacon.
Look, that's good
At
too.
least, to me it is.
Look, that's good too.
Chip the Dairy Cow says,
That's really good
need
too.
to cut down on carbs.
Yeah, I think like
Rick
a lot of
Mastermax
us,
says,
a lot of
pizza
us
with
need to cut
pineapples
down
is
on
nostalgic to
carbs.
me, with Canadian bacon too.
For me, it's more of a survival issue. I can't have a lot of carbs to begin with, but yeah, you know.
United States of America says, oh God, what has my people started?
Look, I genuinely do. I am very genuine about this. Like, honest to God, it is good. If you tried it and you don't like it, then you tried it and you don't like it. If you haven't tried it yet and you just think it just sounds weird, okay, try it. Get a piece and try it, or get some pineapple at home and throw a piece of pie. No, actually, that's bad. Get it. You want it cooked with the pizza, because then the pineapple will have like it'll just go better with it. But I think people just don't like it because it sounds weird. It's like, why would you put a fruit like that on a pizza? It's because it's like the perfect mix of like sweet with your savory, yummy, warm, salty pizza. It just works, and it's that pineapple flavor. So it's not like a chocolate sweet. It's like a tart, like a bitter sweet, almost. But it's so good, and it's very mild. It's not like the pineapple is in your face. It's just a part of the flavor, and then you get the flavor of the sauce, and you get the flavor of the cheese and the crust and the meat, and it's really good. It's fucking fantastic. I love it. Now, is it something that you're gonna eat every day? No, but I mean, every once in a while, sometimes I get into the mood for it, and it's yummy. I like it, but I like pineapple. If you don't like pineapple, you're probably not gonna like. Like, obviously, if you already don't like pineapple, you're probably not gonna like pineapple on pizza, but. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. I think I had it when I was a kid, so I don't have like this weird bias against it. Yeah, I like pizza. I love pizza. Unfortunately, I'm kind of sick of it. Kind of sick of pizza. I used to enjoy it a lot more. I had like near me, I had the best Little Caesars that ever existed.
United States of America says, nah.
It's literally the best Little Caesars. Like, people go to Little Caesars, and it always struck me as weird, because people go to Little Caesars and be like, Little Caesars is fucking awful. It's like the worst fucking pizza on the planet. I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I don't. It's weird. It's weird to even hear somebody say that. Until I had Little Caesars that wasn't the local one that I have by me. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's because it's actually shit. And so for years, my Little Caesar, it was like the best deal ever. You whether you get like like they're hot now, so like you buy a $5 pizza, or whether you get one of their like more premium pizzas.
Oh my God. Says, Sparrow is worst.
Okay, Sparrows used to be really fucking good. I don't know what happened to them. I genuinely don't. They used to, you would go there, you would pay $5, right? You'd be at the mall, you would pay $5, and they would give you a slice the size of your fucking face. It was like the size of your face. I mean, my face wasn't that big when I was, 10 or whatever, but it was the size of my face, and it was always good. It was always really, really, really good. And then I think like the last couple times I've had Sbarro's, because I'm insane. I always go back expecting something different. And last time I had Sbarro's, I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is barely pizza. This is literally just some cheese slapped on some really
United
shitty
States
bread.
of America says, I personally like Canadian bacon with pineapple. I made a mistake earlier.
Yeah, that's basically it. Canadian bacon, pineapple. You throw that on a pizza. But you can just do Canadian. Yeah, I honestly, the great thing about pineapple.
United States of America says, the pineapple just is a bit too sweet, to be honest.
Yeah, it can be. It really depends on the pineapple. Like, I think fresh pineapple isn't quite as sweet.
Cogs says, whip it out.
No. So, the pineapple that I tend to enjoy is like the fresh pineapple.
United States of America
It's
says,
not like
Cogs
soaked
says,
in the sugar
LMFAO.
syrup. It's not like soaked in the sugar syrup. So if you put canned pineapple on pizza, it can work. However, again, you have to cook it. It has to be cooked with the pizza, because I think it dries it out a little bit and it makes the sugariness a little bit less
Aki
intense.
says, excuse me.
So the thing is you would go and like when you make a ham roast or something like that. Like, I love making a ham roast and putting pineapple and like some other fruits and stuff in that, because it gives it such a nice, sweet, yummy flavor.
Cogs says, I made out with my homie, is it gay?
Look. If you're gonna be here to cause problems, just go. I don't have time for this
enough.
shit. Yeah, I don't have time for this. Please don't cause problems in my stream. If you want to come here and hang out and have a good time.
Cogs says, no, I'm serious.
I don't care if you're serious.
Aki says, get out or act like a normal person.
Yeah, I don't care if you're serious. Like, we're having a conversation about something. Don't come in here and just start causing idiot problems.
Cogs
you gonna get
says,
idiot?
damn.
Sorry. Like, look, what makes you think that was okay? Just to come in here and say stuff like that.
Gaming with Coolest says, hi, just joined, what's going on in this stream?
We were talking about pineapple on pizza, and somebody kind of made me a little irate. It's all right, though. Welcome to the stream.
Aki says, Tay's telling a story. Cogs says, very sorry.
But yeah, if you take... it's okay. It's okay. Just
57 Louise says,
learn from it.
the
Please don't
weirdest
do that
pizza
again.
topping
That's all
I
I
ever
ask.
saw was blueberries with cheese.
Blueberries with cheese? Oh, it depends on the cheese. Like, because blueberries... I always like cheesecake. But I'm guessing you're probably not talking about cheesecake. You're probably talking about like an actual cheese, right?
United States of America says, now
but
that is 100%
That goes back to what we
criminal.
were saying. Cheese is like universal. You can almost put it on anything.
Keenan Walker
And it
says,
ends up being kinda
I've heard
good.
of blueberry vanilla goat cheese.
I think it's because cheese is such like a comfort food, right? It is so rich. It almost always has like a lot of fat in it, right? And fat makes the world go round. Like the actual fat content of something is important when you're talking about a lot of different foods. That's why, like, if you go get like a very lean steak, if you're having a steak and it's like super lean, it always ends up being kind of dry and meh.
United States of America says, I personally only like pepper jack.
I love pepper jack. I put pepper jack on everything, especially like when I used to go to Subway a lot. Right, I would always have. It doesn't matter what it was. I would have pepper jack on it. I freaking adore pepper jack. I like spicy. Like I like really spicy stuff. Right. Some of the best cheese I had was some stuff I got from Sam's Club once. I think it's called 7 Alarm something, as in reference to like a fire, fire station, whatever. But, and the stuff was hot. Like it was like an aged cheddar, like several years aged cheddar. So it was very sharp, but it was very spicy because it had like
Valhazak Kitsune says, hi.
I'm not sure what kind of peppers it had in it, but it had some really good peppers. Also, like fresh
085265 Louise says, in my town we have a ghost pepper pizza.
Ghost pepper pizza. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys ever had jambalaya? Oh. I love jambalaya. I can't have shellfish, so the what do they put in it? It's not shrimp. What do they put in it? Is it shrimp?
Valhazak Kitsune says,
No, it's probably
how
like
is everyone gay?
It's probably like a They put something in it shellfish
United
related.
States of America says, I love anything spicy. It just hits different.
It's just good, and it always drives me up a wall. It always drives me up a wall when, like, there are people who don't like spicy because it makes them not feel good, which is fine. There are people who just don't like spicy because of the way it feels, which is also fine. But every time, like, oh my God, I will make a dish,
says,
right?
Spice needs to serve a purpose in a meal.
It does need to serve a purpose.
Aki says, otherwise I dislike.
It does need to serve a purpose, yes. Okay, I don't need everything to be spicy. I get that. But what always happens, right? What always happens is, like, one of my favorite things in a dish is pepper. Like, in dishes where pepper is something you do, you know? So, like, I will put a little bit of pepper in something, and somebody will just shit their pants. Like, oh my God, it's so peppery. It's like, I didn't put that much in there. Come on.
Refumai says, here in Italy if you ask a cook to put pineapple or french fries on pizza he will deliver them aside because they refuse cook it together.
Interesting. I have heard that, though. I have actually heard that, like, you know, but that's like a chef thing. It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. It's like, okay. I mean, it's
United
fine.
States of America says, yeah, duh, it's criminal to do that there. 0852657
I don't know if it's
Louise
exactly
says,
criminal, but
"That's a
I
shame."
understand. There's some chefs that are like way into the culture of like food integrity and stuff like that. Look, okay, I've seen people, and I've tried it myself. It's not bad, but I have literally seen people get McDonald's fries and a fucking vanilla shake and dip that shit right in there. And for some reason, it's really goddamn good. Not the healthiest thing on the planet, but it's really fucking good. And I don't know why. It is a mystery as to why that works. All right. My favorite thing is, and people always gave me shit about this, but when I was like a kid, I loved to have mayo. Now, real mayo, not Miracle Whip. We're not talking Miracle Whip. Real mayo, and dip my fries in that.
Louise says, I honestly don't like that. Milkshake fries.
Some people like a lot. Okay,
Aki
a lot of
says,
people love it.
I've seen people dip their pizza slices in ketchup.
Ugh.
I died a little inside that day.
That is a disgrace. That is a fucking disgrace. You already have. That's got to be the worst pizza. That's got to be the worst pizza you've ever even eaten if you need to add ketchup to it, right? You already have, like, ketchup's big brother in there. So assuming you have some sauce in your heckin' pizza, you shouldn't need ketchup. Honestly, and ketchup doesn't have the right flavor for pizza anyways.
0852657 Louise says, or even worse, any kind of salad dressing like ranch.
What do you mean?
Chip the Dairy
To
Cow
dip pizza
says,
in?
isn't Marina kinda like the tomato on it? Aki
A
says,
marinara?
plus let's
Yeah.
be real, ketchup is just to cover up all other taste sauce.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. I mean, okay, there are certain things ketchup goes great with. If you've ever
United
had a
States
meatloaf,
of America says, dipping pizza in ketchup is literally
no,
horrid.
don't dip pizza in
It
ketchup.
has tomato in it already.
Don't dip pizza in ketchup, unless it's a really bad pizza. Like, if it's a really bad pizza, fine, whatever, I don't give a shit. Still probably gonna taste like ass. But look, marinara sauce is, like, dip your pizza in marinara sauce if you want, like, a more saucy taste to it. Pizza or ketchup? Holy crap, no way. No way. The only thing I like ketchup for is homemade fries. I don't have ketchup with fries I get from, like, a restaurant or anything like that. If at most I will have real mayo with it. But I use ketchup for that. I'll put ketchup on, obviously, a burger or a hot dog or something like that. You know, the typical grilling things. And then some meatloafs, and I'm really fond of meatloaf. Some feetloafs. Yeah, that just happened. Feetloaf, everybody. You guys hungry? You want some feetloafs? I know some of you do. Anyways, some meatloafs call for having ketchup on the. You put ketchup on the top of it, and it gets cooked with it. And what the ketchup does is it dries out. It's not like weird or crusty or anything, but it dries out a little bit. And it ketchup at its core is vinegar, right? Which is the core of a lot of different sauces. It's usually vinegar, but ketchup at its core is vinegar. So that vinegar flavor comes out more, and it gives the meatloaf a really interesting, like, slightly sour, slightly bitter kick to it, and it's so yummy. But otherwise, I don't usually dip things in ketchup. As I said, like fries and stuff like that, if I'm going to dip it in anything, I prefer mayo. But Chippy said about ranch. Chippy's like, yeah, don't dip your pizza in ranch.
Rick Master Max says, no, I'm a contrarian and dip my pizza in ketchup with grapes mixed in.
Eesh.
Hungry face.
Eesh. Ah,
0852657 Louise
No,
says,
how dare you.
ketchup is a mid-tier sauce at best.
I don't even think it's a mid-tier sauce. I think ketchup has a few uses and that's it.
Keenan Walker says,
Nope.
heresy.
Heresy, yes. Look, okay, so here's my thing, right? Here's my thing about the ranch thing. The only time I like ranch on a pizza
Keenan Walker says, heresy of the
is
highest
if it's a
order.
particular style of pizza.
Aki says,
So, like,
I will banish you to the deepest
you
depths
have-
of the shadow land.
I don't know if you guys have ever had a chicken bacon ranch pizza. So basically, you take away the tomato, and then your topping is going to be chicken and bacon, and then you have ranch as your sauce inside the pizza. That is really fucking good. That it kind of makes sense because chicken bacon ranch is it just goes good with anything Italian, especially because it's very reminiscent of chicken Alfredo, right? So that's really, really good. I also really love barbecue chicken pizza. Like, you get a really good barbecue sauce and some chicken, some like grilled chicken or whatever like that, and then your pizza's made out of essentially that. That's super good. But I would never dip pizza into ranch. That just sounds weird. Unless you're making like a cheese fry, which is something like a pizza. If you're making a cheese fry that's specifically designed to be dipped into a ranch sauce, fine. But yeah, the only time I like ranch with pizza is for that specific reason: chicken bacon ranch pizza. That's fantastic. That's some really good stuff. The other thing that I tend to like for pizza, because I don't mind trying different pizzas. You ever been to like a place that they have like different like pizzas? They're just like, hey, we should try this with
Fairy
it.
says, am I tweaking or did someone say they like ketchup on pizza?
I don't know if somebody said. Wait, did somebody say they like ketchup on pizza or that they'd seen somebody eat ketchup with pizza? I think it was seen some. I don't know. Either way, ketchup does not belong anywhere near pizza. I just honestly, because I think about ketchup, like the flavor of ketchup, and then I think about pizza, and I'm like, it just clashes, right? Let's not even talk about like whether it's a personal preference. Like, if you like it, hey, I mean, that's fine. It's not. It's actually not. I don't care. You have your pizza with your ketchup. If you enjoy it, it makes you happy, just do it. But like, for me, in my imagination, I'm thinking about this ketchup on pizza or anywhere near pizza thing, and I'm just like, that is a clashing flavor right there, right? Because I don't know.
United
I just have a
States of
hard
America
time
says,
thinking that.
Tapatia on pizza is good. Hungry face.
I have never done that before. I've never had that before.
0852657 Luis says, remember that one Ninja Turtle fan that ate all their pizza with mayonnaise?
At least mayo isn't a very intense flavor, right? It just adds a little bit of creaminess with that mayo flavor to it. But oh my god, I think that would end up being too rich. I mean, that'd be my problem. It'd end up being too rich, and it would just taste like mayo, right? Because I think mayo would overpower the pizza flavor. My biggest issue with pizza is just how much salt is fucking in it. It's always, God, it's so much salt. And it's like, oh God, what did you guys do? Why is there so much salt in this thing? Probably because everything that's put in and on a pizza is salted because it's all preserved. So like, all your sausage and your pepperoni. Oh, yeah, you want me to blow your mind? You guys probably already realize this, but this just recently blew my mind.
Aki says, is chat behaving?
Chat is behaving, you're fine. This just recently blew my mind.
0852657 Luis says, pizza sauce doesn't need salt.
If you're making it fresh, yeah, it doesn't need salt. If you have it preserved, it's going to have some salt in it. It's just kind of the way it is. But I'm going to blow your mind right now. Do you know that when you ask for a pepperoni and sausage pizza, you're just asking for a double sausage pizza? Yep. And you're probably, this is either going, oh my God, I never thought of that. Or you're going, what the fuck? Or you're going, oh yeah, I knew that already. Because
Brickmaster Max says her name was Michelle Ivy from Cowabunga Corner.
I don't remember that actually. I don't remember that.
0852657
Don't
Louise
you,
says,
you pepperoni. What? Pepperoni is just spicy sausage. Pepperoni's yummy spicy sausage. It's really good. All right, if you don't like pepperoni, that's fine. But like, yeah, no, pepperoni is just sausage. It is just thinly sliced sausage stick. It has some different, obviously, seasonings and flavors in it, but it's just sausage. It's just sausage. And for some reason, it's like, oh, I should have known that, right? I should have known that, yeah, oh yeah, duh. Of course, pepperoni's a sausage. But I just never crossed my mind before.
I usually have meatballs, sausage, diced chicken.
All at once? That's some meaty stuff. You know what always struck me as weird on pizza's hamburger. Yeah, and like, it's not that I dislike hamburger. It's just like, why put it on pizza? Hamburger has zero flavor, by the way. No, okay, no. Let me rephrase this. No, actually, no. It pretty much has zero flavor.
Aki says, never made sense to me either.
It has zero flavor when you put it up against something like pizza. And,
Tabraxi says, hamburger on pizza sounds gross.
It's not gross. I wouldn't call it gross. It's just there, right? It's like, okay, let's say you go to bite into a piece of pizza, right? And it has that nice chunk of sausage on it, a really yummy sausage. And you go to eat it, and it just has no flavor. It's sausage
Aki
with
says,
no flavor.
Once you dice hamburger, you lose all the juice, and then it's just beef.
Right. And hamburger is too greasy, yeah. So is pepperoni. Pepperoni has a lot of grease as well.
Hamburger is just too greasy. Aki says, and beef kinda sucks without support.
Beef is amazing when you know how to deal with beef. Like, I'm not just saying beef. Like, okay, like a beef steak obviously has its own set of flavors, which is really good. However, hamburger itself usually doesn't have a lot of flavor. That's why your standard hamburger, when you're making a hamburger, I like to mix something into the hamburger when I'm making hamburgers. So like, maybe some onions, or if I'm like in a time crunch, some Lipton onion soup mix, some chili powder, some garlic powder, just a little bit of that. And then when your hamburgers are formed and you're ready to actually cook them, then you basically salt, pepper, and garlic powder on the outside, just kind of like you would do on a steak, like a standard steak, right? That's what gives hamburgers a lot of their delicious flavor. And also how you make them, like the kind of hamburger, because if you're making a burger, you can use different kinds, but honestly, 80-20, like 80% meat to 20% fat is like your best bet. It's always worked out really well for me. And at any rate, so yeah, you have those. And the reason why, okay, because it's like, well, hamburgers do have flavor. Yeah, they have flavor, but they're best when they're complemented with something. Which is why when you see somebody who makes like a hamburger, they have ketchup on it, they have mustard on it, they have some onions, they have some lettuce, they have some
seasoning or sauce
pickles,
to work as well as a carb to go with.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Yeah.
Brickmaster Max says, marshmallows on pizza are pretty rad.
What?
Romantic face.
Now you're just being full of crap right now. You're just having me on right now. Get out. No.
Keenan Walker says,
unless it's a dessert
it has
pizza.
To be bait.
If it's a dessert pizza,
Aki
yeah,
says,
okay.
The bear. Aki says, bait.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't know.
0852657 Louise says, a good tender steak with onion and mushroom sauce is so savory.
Do you
Hungry
know?
Face.
Do you know why you want that mushroom sauce on there? A lot of people don't get this. You guys, oh, maybe you do. Okay, actually, you probably do if you watch enough cooking shit, or if you watch Uncle Roger or whatever. Like, you kind of get this. All right, MSG makes the world go around. MSG gives you flavor in almost anything that you're ever gonna make.
Brickmaster Max says, no, it's delicious, try it.
I don't know what I...
Oh,
That seems so weird.
0852657 Louise says,
Maybe it's like a pineapple thing.
tell.
Maybe that little bit of sweet helps it out. I don't know. That's weird, though.
United States of America
So-
says, hell no, you gotta be baiting.
So basically, yeah. All right. So there are so many things that contain MSG in it that you just naturally, right? So mushrooms contain MSG. They contain quite a bit of it. Fish sauce contains MSG. Worcestershire sauce contains a lot of MSG, which is kind of like a fish sauce, I guess. Anchovies, you know, like people like anchovies on pizza. They're like, oh my God, because I mean, everybody would probably be like, oh God, that's fucking awful. And I have never ever desired to have little fish on my pizzas. Okay, fish is fine. I like fish, not whole fish. But anchovies contain a fuckload of MSG, so you get that really tasty, flavorful umami flavor from it. Okay, when you go to make a steak and you're using that mushroom sauce, that's a bunch of MSG that you're putting on the steak. So if you're curious about what MSG is,
08526557 Luis says tuna fish pizza is underrated.
That could be interesting. That could be interesting. I wouldn't say no to tuna fish pizza. But MSG stands for monosodium glutamate. It's a like a special kind of salt.
United States of America says,
so when you go
what
to
the
eat,
devil?
like when you go to like eat a chip, when you go to eat a,
I'm kind of done with seafood overall.
when you go to eat a
TBH.
Dorito or something like that,
Brickmaster
you're
Max
tasting
says,
MSG.
try roasting the marshmallows first.
And unfortunately, MSG got a really bad rap due to some awful fucking science that was done like 30 years ago. It got a really bad rap. It wasn't even science. It was like everybody thought it was. It's dumb. Obviously, you don't want to have like a good. It's like salt, right? You don't want to have an excessive amount of salt that will
United
kick
States
your
of
ass.
America says seafood is so good with ketchup.
But
Hungry face.
MSG itself it's like
Keenan Walker says
I don't know how to
MSG
describe
better
it.
than Viagra.
I have
Uncle
MSG.
Roger.
Yeah, yes, MSG better than Viagra. That's a horrible impression. I apologize. But MSG, I have MSG here at home. So when I go to cook a steak,
Kinsey Mako says
or certain things,
MSG is pure umami.
yeah,
In it-
basically, yeah, it's literally just basically pure umami. But yeah, I don't put anything on the steak. I will cook it with things. So like when I'm cooking it, I'll cook it with like thyme and stuff like that. It depends on what I'm doing too, because I particularly love sous videing things, right? So if you sous vide is when you take your item, like your like you say your steak, and you put it in a vacuum seal bag, and then you put that vacuum seal bag in a controlled bath of water that's at a certain temperature, usually the temperature that you want to make your rarity of your steak. So like medium rare steak is 135 degrees. So you set your water to 135 degrees, you wait about an hour, and the steak will cook perfectly to that temperature. And then what you do is you do a sear. So like you take your steak out of that, and then you put it in a pan and you sear it really hot and really fast on both sides.
Says, you mean sous vide?
Sous vide? Yeah. Yes, sous vide. You missed the D in there too. I hate it when I miss the D. But yeah, it's called sous vide. It's very good. And yeah, so like, and it makes it really easy. It makes it easy to make a perfect steak or anything else. Oh my God, you can do so much with it. Sous vide is like the perfect. It's literally just this thing that goes in and heats up the water, and then it's just a bucket of water, and then you have whatever you have in a vacuum seal bag, so like no water's getting to your stuff. And
I hate it when I miss the D, says the Femboy.
I hate it when I miss the D. I hate it when I miss the D. I always prefer to have the D somewhere around.
Kinsey Mako says demi-glace and mirepoix are also good secret weapons for cooking.
Oh, yeah, demi-glace. I like everybody calls it demi-glace. Although I've heard people call it the other way too. I think it's fine both ways. But I tried making demi-glace a couple times, and I botched it both times. So eventually I will get to make some good demi-glace. And I want to make the whole reason I want to make it is because I want to make like a really good fucking roast, right, with demi-glace.
Aki says, just make a cottage pie.
Oh, cottage pie is good. Aki told me about a cottage pie once. And it was like, yeah, you know, and I'm like, that sounds really good. And I kind of want to make one, so I did. And I made it a few times. It's fucking fantastic. Savory as hell. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good, and I like how versatile it is because with a cottage pie, you can just basically kind of do whatever you want, whatever flavors you think you're going to enjoy.
Aki says, and super simple too.
Pretty easy to do. Pretty easy. Yeah, I don't know. Freaking, I love food. I have started to love cooking, you know. I have started to absolutely adore cooking. And that's been kind of awesome. That's been kind of awesome. And it's fun to learn. It's fun to start learning how to cook, and then you cook some really good stuff, and then you have people over and you see like their reaction and how good, you know, at how good it is, and they're like, what the hell? You know, it's awesome. At any rate, it is about dinner time for me. I need to go and deal with dinner. So you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I'll be streaming obviously next weekend. Hopefully we're gonna have like a big kind of collab stream thing.
Aki
That's gonna be a lot of fun. Bye, Tay. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for coming. Bye, everybody.
Keenan Walker says, enjoy your dinner. 0852657 Louise says, goodbye, Tahoe.